Hey folks, we are back. That's what we say here. We never leave you. We are back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, stay with me here. I am pasting something on a couple Facebook pages I want to get out. It's a big day in America. On the screen there are all the ways to follow us on social media. Right there. There's our phone number if you want to contact the show. Rainy day in Georgia, just trying to kill time. You like do it a little bit before something went wrong, it said. There you go. Let's go back. All right, go back. Something went wrong. All right, we'll try to get to it. It's saying, I'm trying to get something on Facebook right now, and it told me something went wrong. I mean, I wonder if something went wrong on Facebook. Or I wonder if it just doesn't want to let me in. You know what I'm saying? Folks, it's a very important day in America. It really is. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get into Facebook right now. I was trying to post something. It says I have an error. Try this on a different screen. Something went wrong. We're working to get it fixed as soon as we can. They know I want to get in there. It's the deep state. All right, folks. Sorry for the delay. A couple things. So, if we yell about the rules, okay? What do they say? Those that have the gold make the rules, right? Those that have the gold make the rules. So we do know today that the House will have a vote on the Rules Committee. I think this is number 41 if you're ready. We know that today, okay? Full House. We know the whistleblower's identity. We know that. And I actually trust the people revealing this identity. This guy's name, I have trouble sometimes pronouncing it. I have done in the last 3 or 4 years a couple stories where this guy's information I do use and trust. Actually, the president has thanked this guy in the past for being out front of something in the past. So I'm gonna bring that to you. But the full House to take a formal impeachment vote. Folks, those that hold the gold make the rules. So the Rules Committee has all the markups. They've written everything up. It is not in line as they want you to believe. They want you to believe it is not that it's in line. Okay, it's in line with the rules in the Bill Clinton impeachment. And here is one of the minority members, Tom Cole. Give me number 42 from Oklahoma. All right. He had his comments yesterday. When you're a minority member, the only thing you can do is hope that somebody in the media rolls tape with you talking and you can get somewhat message out. But usually it doesn't work when you're a minority, when you're dealing in the minority and you're dealing with the deep state, deep state corporate corrupt media. And that's just the bottom line. So on a morning when the deep state, the swamp, is really opening up, I mean, the swamp is opening and spitting out the creatures faster than you can anticipate. The corrupt media, nothing. Okay? So yesterday in the rules, and the reason I want to bring this up first, number 18, Debbie Lesko from Arizona. Great points that she made. The House will vote down party line on the rules. Okay? And after the rules are done, they will take their deep state model. Now, we're the ones that are supposed to. They have tried to shame us. I am absolutely disgusted every single time the media and other Republicans try to come out and shame you and I. That if we say something against or say something in a negative fashion, all right, Let's see. I had a picture here just a minute ago. Let's go with this one right here. I'll have it here in a second. Let's just go with 35, okay? The White House pushes back on Vindom testimony. If you and he is a colonel. He went to testify for over 10 hours in full dress. He made sure, and obviously I'm not going to disrespect any of my friends in the military out there today who are serving or have served this country honorably, okay? Obviously, you don't put on your dress, full dress, without it being just that. You don't leave a medal off. But this guy has every single bar and accolade and honor and everything that he was awarded with pinned to his chest to do what? When he walked up and they did the picture of him and the media grabbed all of the pictures of him in his full dress uniform. And damn it, I got one here. Give me number, there it is. Give me number 49, okay? Now, when the media grabbed all of this, right? And you're out there and you got, 5 minutes today of your life to pay attention to the real world of what's going on around you. I know that sounds disrespectful for those out there that can't take 10 minutes out of the day to see behind the veil of the corrupt media to get the truth. This is a visual. Why most Americans don't pay attention. This is a visual, so when you see the news and they do the B-roll, right? And lying Brian Williams or that guy at night on MSNBC, what's his name, Rachel Maddow, or any of these lefties, okay, Lawrence O'Donnell, it don't matter. Over on CNN, Anderson Cooper with those I look smart glasses, whatever. It does not matter. The whole thing is while they are talking, as the B-roll's running over your shoulder, and you're seeing this guy walk in, and he is a colonel, and he's fully dressed. Yes, he's fully dressed, but everything, and you are to think and be manipulated, oh, this is an honorable testimony. Every time you see impeachment testimony renews claims of Ukraine call cover-up. Well, it must be. Look at that guy there. Why, there's not anyone over and above that guy. He's a colonel. Why, he can just validate the cover-up. So the media, if you did not believe in the deep state before today, there's something very bad damn wrong with you. I'm sorry, okay? You got to get it together. If before today you thought that me, I, whatever the frig my pronoun is, if you thought in any way whatsoever that we were crazy, we're cuckoo, because we say deep state and you call us conspiracy theorists and push us aside, you got to wake up. This is a crucial day in America. Crucial day in America. They're going to vote on an impeachment inquiry, the rules, to go public with something they created. Who here told you that next the economy has to collapse? How in the world are you getting up and going to work this morning knowing that the economy is totally collapsed? Now, I mean, I'm serious. I will get you proof of that right now. Number 26. Emerging signs of slow economy. Who here has told you? I told you next they've got to kill the economy. And I'm going to tell you what, the deep state is laying this out methodically. I think, and I know for a fact this is nothing. The phone call to Ukraine is nothing. I know it's all a part of it's all a part of the deep state, which they are in, the media. I think people in the media, you start talking, who is John Galt? You better learn who John Galt is. I think in the media, I know some may get very upset with me when I say there needs to be arrests. Oh, yeah. Here's two. Carry their asses out in handcuffs right now. I will not. I believe in the First Amendment. But the enhanced deception, corruption, and facilitating it and playing a role in trying to take down the country should be criminal. Freedom of speech is one thing. Saying you don't like Donald Trump, I don't give a rat's, okay? I don't care. But playing a role and trying to take down a duly elected president, playing a role in a coup, playing a role that could actually destroy this country. I am so damn tired of hearing constitutional crisis. This is true. There is a constitutional crisis. And this and many more are the reason for our constitutional crisis. And it absolutely is not. Number 44. CNN. Fed cuts rates for third time as economy slows. I've told you that. Now, I have some notes that I took this morning. I watched at 4 a.m., I watched at 5 a.m., and I watched those evil two gatekeepers of hell. Damn, how I can't say that without having their picture up. Let me tell you over there in the control room. If you ever hear me say gatekeepers of hell, write the note down. You flash up any damn Mika and Joe picture you can find, okay? That's a deal. I mean, hey, listen, first of all, I got to say something. I got to calm down here. Destiny, you're doing an amazing job. You're doing very well. Now let's get back to any time you ever hear me say gatekeepers of hell, you bring up like, there it is, number 26. Let's do a little, you see that? Those are the gatekeepers of hell, Joe and Minka. I'm going to tell you what, if you slip out of this life and you end up somewhere else, and these are your, hospitality greeters to get you in, you went to the wrong place, damn it. All right, now I got to roll that all back. I got to roll that all back, and I got to get serious. Okay, so let me tell you something. I got the notes. I went up. Here's where I got to, all right, because these two damn people, I tell you what, they should be in prison today. I watched 4 a.m. CNN. I watched 5 a.m. NBC First Look. I watched 6 a.m. These two criminals, okay? Allegedly, criminals. Nothing on the whistleblower. We know who the whistleblower is, okay? The first one. Nothing. Not one thing. But little Willie on here said something that led me to believe they all know, because he said the whistleblower's identity is irrelevant. They're starting to work the narrative of it doesn't matter, because the swamp is open and it's spitting up players left and right. And they are nervous. Now, they're going to go through with what they're doing. And they're framing this narrative for the American people. And this is why this is an important day in America. And you need to wake up this morning and say, whoa, it's all coming to light. Because it is. Now, I'm going to show you two people, and I'm going to take a break. Okay? Let me show you. I had it in here. Where the hell are they at? Well, that's because I'm on the wrong day. If I was on the right day, they would be there. Okay? I don't want to give this person away yet. I thought I had another picture, and I think I do, because I don't want to give it away yet. So let's go with number 11. You remember that guy? H.R. McMaster? Now, you and I are out here for a couple of years, and we're swimming along, and we're seeing the sharks, and we're avoiding the sharks, and we're avoiding the electric fish that'll zap your ass or whatever. But we're moving along through this swamp, and the president keeps getting advice. He keeps getting advice. He's trying to do the right thing. I don't care what you say to me. This man, Donald J. Trump, tries to do the right thing by all Americans. I'm serious. By all Americans. he has not come and, he's not been a gay basher. I mean, he's not doing that. All the Americans. But he keeps getting this advice. Look, you got to put this one person in place. If you put this one person in place, this could happen. He's trying to work with him. He knows that the executive West Wing of this White House is rat infested. He knows nothing leaks like Washington. Remember that? The other Sunday morning, when the media freaked out, all right? Remember that? When the media freaked out because Trump did not let Nancy, and Trump said right there, Washington leaks worse than anything he's ever seen in his life. There's H.R. McMaster. This is what he knows this. Now, who is this guy here? Go to number 12. Let's take a break and we'll come back. We will come back and talk about the whistleblower. Now, wait a minute. Folks, there's two things. Number one, I can tell you very quickly why President Trump did not tell the Democrats about the raid on al-Baghdadi. And number two, you know where I stand when it comes to baseball. You know that. And I guess congratulations to the Nationals last night. Good. Okay? If you would watch all the major media, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, regardless, all I'm going to say is I love baseball. This country's coming down, folks. We have such a bad priority problem, okay? Give me number 61. Al-Baghdadi, new classified video of raid that killed ISIS leader. Stunning first images of raid that killed al-Baghdadi, okay? We know the dog this man was. We know what he did to, is it Heidi? I forget her name, Mueller. We know about decapitating those young Americans. Journalist, by the way, wasn't named Khashoggi. We know that. We know this animal, okay? This animal, Stephen Foley. We know this animal, ISIS, lit a Jordanian pilot on fire and burned him alive in front of the world to see. A brutal animal. But our President of the United States, strategic genius that he is, yes, played a strategy that left the media in the dark, Democrats in the dark, and led to the death of this man and his next chain of command, next in line. Okay? Now, the TV cameras on Sunday morning and all of the alleged reporters and roundtable and pundits, what did they do? They went nuts over it. They did not ask the American people to cheer. No, I'm not joking. I mean, you get angry and you say, well, journalistic rules say you don't cheer. You give the news. Number 40. Washington Nationals win the World Series. Hold on, I got to get these dirt bags up again. They're somewhere. I thought I took a pic because I wanted to show you something. I may be wrong. Maybe I didn't take a pic. I'll leave it alone. I'll find it in the break. I'm happy they won the World Series, but America, NBC, ABC, CBS, all the above, corporate corrupt media. I wish you all opened up with 5 minutes, an average of 5 minutes on the World Series, and the Nationals winning the World Series in Game 7. Just wish you would have gave that 5 minutes to the greatest country on earth and our president when al-Baghdadi was destroyed and the world was made a safer place. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. There is the phone number you can reach the show, chief@FetcherNews.com. And there is the new brand, FYN TV brand right there. I love it. I just pause on it because it is amazing. It looks great. Get ready, folks. We're getting ready to launch a couple new things. There's the reason why that brand is changed. It's eye-appealing. We try to tell people all the time it's FYN. We've separated it there, FYNTV.com. It's that simple. Got some new things happening. Happy to say we got to work on a little bit of camera definition, maybe some focus. But the Freedom Zone with Candace, do you have her card? I know you didn't know this was coming. Destiny does not know. I mean, this is a pay attention. The Freedom Zone, the True Set Free there at every Thursday at 10:30 with Candace is back. We'll be here today. You can take that down. Destiny, I got to get the person over there on the other side has to pay attention. I mean, I'm flying all over the place, bouncing off walls. And they just have to like, oh my God, what's he going to call for? So that looks great. I love it. Another thing I'd like to ask Destiny, you could just tell me in my ear or you could tell the World Wide Web, whichever you choose. Now, we worked yesterday because today is Halloween. Trick or treat, October 31st. We worked yesterday to get as much information as we could put together on activities for this evening for children. Is that stuff we've blasted out on our social media, on our website, and how did that go yesterday? Okay, so we should have that up this morning. Look for that. We'll get it blasted out ASAP. Just double check with her and let her know that we want to make sure we're rolling that because it's pouring the rain. At the time that the children are supposed to be in the safe zone, trick-or-treating, it's supposed to be pouring the rain, possible thunderstorms, lightning, everything. You little children out there with their masks say, trick-or-treat, it's pouring the rain. So can I ask you, do you have the list has Ellijay, we'll just use that one, have they changed the date and time? Can you give me that one really quick? Okay, so you believe they're changing it to Friday at 5? Okay, so they're trying to figure that out now because there's a couple things. Let me give you this, okay? And I will say this, and you look at your own community and you make your own judgment. And the reason I wanted to say this on your little trick or treat, what we've done in the past 10 years, we'll use it 10, right? Is we created these downtown environment safe zones. So we want the kids to come to a safe zone. I got it. I like it. We actually, here at FetcherNews.com, our marketing team goes and they give out candy every year. And it's a favorite time. We take pictures, put them on Facebook. We love to see the parents, everybody dressed up, take your picture, put it on Facebook, and give out candy. Love it. So we here we support these safe zones for the children and the family. It's become a lot of fun, okay? Now, back in the day, trick-or-treating, we won't get into that. Back in the day, we used to do the door-to-door with a pillowcase, trick-or-treat, all right? And, don't put a damn penny in my bag. Don't do it, lady. I know you. You know what I mean? I'm getting close to 12 years old. I'm a neighborhood holy terror. I could come back after the 31st. So let's cough up more than a penny to throw in there. Why do I do stuff like this? Anyhow, so what has happened now is we have a weather event. That's what the media calls it. We have a weather. It's raining, damn it, but we have a weather event. All right, high winds, possible tornadoes and all. I'm not doing a weather report, so don't take that from me. But rain, lightning, thunder, high winds. Now, we have football games on Friday night. So Thursday, they want to move it. Football games on Friday night. Then guess what? You make the call. I want you to look up every one. Then some of the communities, won't bring up any names, that say the businesses want to be part of the community, not bringing up any names, are now all of a sudden saying, but Friday, if we close the streets off and give it to children, our businesses will lose X amount of weekend tourism sales. The almighty dollar. If we do it on Saturday and we close the street off because we're doing a safe zone, maybe we are a business association somewhere. I don't know, just saying, you check. We close it off on Saturday or Friday. We have those business owners that will lose sales that are very upset. Those greedy capitalists. I'm going to move on. All right. Cut that. Cut that. Start a new recording because I don't want the old trick or treat thing in this next segment. So, folks, here it is. All right. So, this is a dangerous time in America. It is. You are seeing, if you pay attention firsthand, of what the battle looks like. Okay? So, let me give you this. They are rushing. And why are they rushing? Let's go to this and we'll come back. Number 5. Okay? Now, the whistleblower and the deep state and the swamp is spitting up so fast. It is. Because we could tie who worked for who Zoomed who paid off who. We could tie all this corruption around, and pull the knot and have a handful of deep staters there. When we scoop out the swamp, don't get alarmed when a couple of Republicans get caught in that net. But these two guys right here, John Durham and I just use them for example right now, and Attorney General William Barr, the Democrats are shifting in their pants right now. Okay? And that's why they are framing the narrative. Okay? Here's my belief. I believe in the deep state. There you go. Here's my other belief. Regardless if you can follow me or not, or you agree with me, okay? This is my belief. I got up this morning, damn it, I'm an American. I could believe whatever the hell I want. I could say whatever the hell I want. And I can look at things however the hell I want. And sometimes they come in better focus if I wear glasses. There it is. Now, when William Barr sat down, okay? Now, people seem to say sometimes that I'm out there. Oh, that's a funny one, right? Watch him, he's out there. I always love when that whack job sheriff up in Towns County, Chris Clinton, always posts something and call me progressive liberal media. One guy actually went on there one day and said, have you ever listened to him? I mean, all he has to do is step 1 foot to the right and he falls off the edge because he's so far over there. I'll take whatever, okay? So anyhow, here's how I feel. William Barr, just pay attention. He sat down and he said to I think it's Judiciary Committee, when it came to Robert Mueller, all right? We want to find the genesis. We want to find the origin. I do think it's possible the Trump campaign was spied on, and we want to look into possible FISA abuse. That's it. How long did it take me to say that? 1 minute? That 1 minute in the time he testified, I want to look at the origins. I want to look at the genesis. I think they could have been spied on. I do think we need to look at the FISA court. In that 30 seconds that day, the deep state ran back in the room and said, we got to go. Because let me tell you something. We got to go. We got to get together and go. Then, so they were talking about the next move. Remember, you got Kavanaugh. Remember, you got Robert Mueller. You got one thing after another, after another, after another. You got Stormy Daniels. You got boobies flying around. You got Playboy bunnies flying around. You got Payoff. You got Michael Cohen. You got Michael Avenatti. I mean, you got everything. But when this guy said that, and I said it all the time, and then the day he said, John Durham, right there, the guy with the red tie, striped tie, glasses, looking straight ahead, mustache, beard, the guy that's smiling there, the U.S. attorney, district attorney, or U.S. attorney, whatever, in Connecticut, right there. When he hired that man, they said, we got to go. We have to go, because if he beats us to the narrative, if he beats us to what's next, we got a problem. We can't wait. Now, Nancy Pelosi is being applauded, okay, for her patience. Nancy Pelosi has not been Nancy Pelosi has not been this has not been calculated moves from Pelosi. Pelosi's been sitting there all the time, and every time they go behind closed doors, okay, AOC's been yelling impeachment, all right? Rashid Tlaib, or whatever her name is, impeachment. Ilhan Omar, impeachment, right? The Squad. Tom Steyer's been yelling impeachment. Early on, when they had 62 Democrat presidential candidates, they were touching around impeachment, right? But Nancy Pelosi has not calculated anything. Trump calculates. Trump is a genius, not Nancy Pelosi. She's nervous Nancy. Her nerves are shot, okay? So she waited till the day the deep state finally walked in and said, we got to move. It's time. And that's all that happened there, folks. Nancy's done nothing calculated, and she's not impressive, and she's not a genius. This is all deep state being revealed in front of your eyes. Now, these two are close. If you don't think that there's enough leaks in the Justice Department to let the deep state know that this thing was getting ready to go criminal, oh, you're badly mistaken. So as soon as the deep state started to get the whispers that Durham and the Attorney General William Barr is going to turn this investigation from just an inquiry of their own to a criminal. Criminal means they got something. Let me tell you something. That's when they said, we got to beat them to the punchline. You ever hear the old story? We got to beat them. That's when they did. They got to beat them to the punchline. I've always said that. Now, I know the formula they have to put together they have no candidates. So I do know firsthand the formula they have to put together to impeach and then defeat at the ballot box maybe the greatest president in the history of this country. And I don't think I've ever said that. I'm a Ronald Reagan. I've been to Simi Valley. I had tears in my eyes, not from the smoke when I was hearing that the Reagan Library may burn down. I was glad they released the goats. If you don't understand that, look it up. Goats, Reagan Library, Simi Valley. I mean, my nerves was shot. Anyhow. But, so they went into high gear. Now, they've been in the whole time. They've been in the White House the whole time. You remember this guy here, number 16? Now, meet Eric Caramella. That's not him. We're going to meet him. H.R. McMaster appoints Susan Rice ally to be his personal aide. Now, here's where I got to take the hat off. Boom, throw it here. This guy has been labeled everything under the sun. Crazy as hell, all the above. Give me number 9. Mike Shinovic. Oh, hell, they've Mike Shinovic, right? Chernovic. Chernovic, whatever, Mike. On the top of this post in the left-hand corner says June 11, 2017. Meet Eric Caramella, H.R. McMaster. This is 2017. Mike, I got to give it to you. I wish I had the staff and the time, and I don't wish I was not running another area of this company. I do not. I just wish I could get the finances behind our organization to do this kind of work, but I thank you for it. June 11, 2017, Mike reveals meet Eric Caramella. H.R. McMaster appoints Susan Rice Ally to be his personal aide. West Wing officials confirmed to Chernovic Media that Eric Caramella, who worked closely with Susan Rice while at NSC, oh my God, was recently promoted to be H.R. McMaster's personal aide. Caramella will have unfettered access to McMaster's conversations with who? Foreign leaders. It's all set up, folks. Every bit of it's a setup. Every bit of it has been a setup all along. So, let's do this. Give me number 12. We feel strongly with everything out there. This is Caramella. Let me go here. Washington Examiner, pinnacle of irresponsibility. Attorneys decline to confirm CIA officer. That's right. Get ready. Real Clear, Breitbart. Real Clear investigation suggests whistleblower likely 33-year-old CIA. We'll go one at a time. 33-year-old CIA. New York Times, White House knew of whistleblowers' allegations soon after Trump called with. All right, so from Breitbart, let me get another one I had up here. I had another one. I want to get another one I had up here. In the interest of time, we're going to make sure we focus in. So this young man here, Real Clear investigation suggests whistleblower likely 33-year-old CIA analyst Eric Caramella. That's right, folks. I'm telling you. And then they want to build the impression, the visual. See, they're building the whole thing out in front. What if you out there in America, anywhere, you should be outraged. Every American should stand up. We should flood in the streets. I'm not joking with this. Other countries do. Do you realize the man on my left, nope, the man on my right, there it is. Donald J. Trump. I always get confused. The mirror image kind of thing. Just think, if you're Donald J. Trump today and you have been accused of a crime, you may be in the future. Once they get that technology where they can tell you're going to commit a crime in 3 weeks and go ahead and haul you in now, right? You're under arrest. Why? We can see in 3 weeks you had a thought about robbing that bank over there. What the hell? Anyhow, what if you are accused of anything today and you go in under the Constitution, we're talking about constitutional crisis, and you go in and they say, you are guilty, sir. You are guilty, ma'am. And now you have an opportunity to try to prove your innocence. That's what this whole thing has been set up by visuals, pundits, fake pundits at round tables. The whole thing has been set up to create a visual of guilt with no fact. They can write on the screen. We could do that. As you can see, we have the technology here, okay? We can put on the screen, Trump guilty as experts on Ukraine testify. We could do that. Well, he must be guilty. because it says on the screen, experts from Ukraine are testifying. Not one mention. Now, I will tell you this before we go too far. Little Willie Willie said, okay, what did Willie Willie say? Little news gets positive, Trump inspired. House rules, you're guilty of improvement, House impeachment inquiry today, Intel, blah, blah, blah. One of the transcripts, classified server, the president's attorney took steps. That's what you're hearing. Your president's attorney took steps to cover this up. No, that didn't happen. I'm going to explain what happened. All witness. All right. The narrative today is all witnesses. You remember, we didn't hear about the whistleblower for a couple weeks. Stay with me on this. You remember the whistleblower came out and it was all about the whistleblower, and Republicans say, hey, look, you don't have a first-hand account. You don't have an ear witness. I like that one. Not eyewitness, ear witness. You don't have that, right? So the deep state corporate corrupt media has known all along that we're searching. There's people out there searching. Who the hell is this whistleblower? And there's people running names, you know? Running names. And every time somebody talks and gives a clue, they go back and they run names until they can narrow it down to the whistleblower. So they know all along the whistleblower is going to be revealed. So Schiff hurries up and gets behind closed doors and gets all this evidence. According to who? The media. The evidence is according to who? The media. The evidence is according to who? The New York Times. The evidence is according to who? The people behind closed doors. Well, the Republicans sure as heck are not coming out and refuting the evidence. No, they're not coming out and leaking. All right? So anyhow, that being said, they've known all along that we're looking for the whistleblower. So they know we have him. So this morning on MSNBC, they're pushing a narrative that all witnesses corroborate whistleblower complaint. Now they're back to acknowledging the whistleblower because they want to get out in front of it. I have never seen such a blatant hand in front of my face lie and hand in front of my face attempt a coup and take down a president of the United States of America. This is scary as hell, folks. So they know we've revealed the whistleblower, that we're doing it this morning, and they're going to do it all day long. So what do? They start running the narrative, okay? They start running the narrative. All witnesses corroborate whistleblower complaint. So even if you know him, okay? Even if you find out he's a CIA analyst, even if you find out he worked for Susan Rice, even if you find out he's tied to Obama, Hillary, even if you find all that out, it's irrelevant because, hey, he corroborated everything. And everything, and this is something like blew me away on MSNBC, everything the whistleblower we are finding, this is what little Willie Willie said to Joe and Minka, the gatekeepers of hell, we are finding everything the whistleblower said is true in the substance of the report. No, folks, we are not finding everything the whistleblower said is true. We are not. We have absolutely zero evidence is true. Period. None. But that's what they're running with because they know we're going to expose this whistleblower today. They know what we're going to do. So everything we are finding, these are kind of things that they're running with. We are finding everything the whistleblower said is true. No, we're not. The substance of the report. I'm pretty upset. I do not. I have video. Let's get to him in a minute. Let's bring this guy back up because this is all one segment. When we go to commercial, we got to come back because we're working on this all morning, okay? And you can cut this thing up if you want to in a minute. But let me get this guy's picture. It really steams me to no friggin' end, okay? Give me number 35 as we're talking about that. We're going to get back to the whistleblower. The White House pushes back on Vindman men testimony, okay? And when he was born in Ukraine, this colonel. All right, let me go to number 49 now. Impeachment testimony renews claims of Ukraine call cover-up. When this guy was born in Ukraine, okay, there's two things I want you to listen to. The media screaming constitutional crisis. The media screaming that, and I heard that this morning, okay? Every time the media comes out and says our founding fathers, my ears turn so damn red. I mean, they just do, okay? I mean, they do. Our founding fathers, this is what they're saying. Our founding fathers were very concerned about foreign governments influencing our elections, okay? Our founding fathers, they're running the narrative. Why they have to impeach Donald Trump is supposedly he asked for an investigation into one of his political rivals and asked Ukraine to meddle into our elections. And now all of the holy of holies are on the media are just gasping and wincing and saying, our founding fathers. The Constitution, they wrote the Constitution in a way to make sure, our founding fathers, that we never allowed a foreign influence concerning our elections or any other matter in our country. Guess what they leave out? And I got to give it to a person. I thought about not giving this person any respect. I'm sorry. Or not giving credit. Let's not say respect, credit. I've been on here and I've been pretty tough on Ann Coulter. I'm not an Ann Coulter fan. But Ann Coulter wrote an article the other day that I read. If I'm not your fan, I might read your article still. It doesn't matter. Except for the baboon, Eric Erickson. You know I don't like the baboon. He's a baboon, that Eric Erickson. He's a never Trumper. I got nothing for him. So back to Ann Coulter. I read this article. We're talking about the founding fathers and not influencing our foreign government, our elections, and Minka and all of them just sighing, being so upset that we're in a constitutional crisis. This man went fully decorated for 10 hours to create a narrative and a visual. In fact, they want you to believe that just because that man, now you want to go back? Remember when Oliver North went and testified in his full dress? We have some other military testifying. Who was that guy, David Petraeus, that was, you know what I mean? He went and testified full dress. I'm just saying. Just saying. What the hell? Just because you can put on a good suit. And folks, if you don't know that, you've never seen me in my suit. Okay? Just because you can put on a good suit, tie a tie, wear glasses. Here's the thing, man. I got a tie on, glasses. Hell, I look like I tell the truth all the time. Woo, little do you know. I'm serious. So they wanted to paint a visual. They wanted to paint this. And they attacked Republicans. And Ann Coulter wrote a beautiful article on, this guy is not born in the United States of America. He's not. Yes, fully decorated, but he's not. He's from Ukraine. Ukraine is the motherland for him. Now, the media came out with all of his accolades and his family, and they came here and from Russia. They escaped from Ukraine as far as the Soviet Union. And this is the greatest American story ever told. Like the Khan, when we were the Khan family stood up there with his Constitution. This is the greatest American story, according to them, ever told, and that's what they're painting. And there's no way he could not have told 100% the truth. Look at his uniform. But what is the facts when they want to push the Constitution and our founding fathers? Yes, he did come here at 3.5 years old. He did. Good for him. Yes, he's done the things that they say he's done as an American member of the armed forces, and I thank him for that. But there's a reason why the founding fathers said You have to be born in America to ever be able to be president of the United States. He was not elected president of the United States. He cannot be elected president of the United States. And our founding fathers had the foresight to say, no, if you're not born here, you can't be president. Because at no time, whether you're here at 2 years old, 3.5, 6, or 10, there could be in your heart a longing and make judgments for the motherland. That's my opinion, whether people want to tear me down or not. All right, we're coming back. It's whistleblower time. The swamp is coughing them up, and we're bringing it to you. Take a break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, president of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
We're back. I just wanted to do that. I need to get a move. I want to get a we're back move, Destiny. I mean, I actually want different graphics. I want that to come up. We got to work on the show. There's one thing about me, I'm not boring. Okay? But we cannot get in a rut to where every morning we're back and that goes up. That needs to go up so people know how to send messages, talk to me, call me names, whatever the hell, and put the social media. But we need a we're back move, or we're back, like we're back. Boom. I don't want that to come up. When you say to me, we're back, work on it today. All right. You got 5 days, okay? And the clock is counting. I can see it on the corner. I want to boom. We're back. I want you to think of something. I know what you're thinking of. The best thing about this entire studio is I can't see over there. There's a big screen. And I mean, even when they're going like this guy's crazy as hell. I can't see it. It's good for them. Anyhow, moving right along. Okay, we're going to talk about the whistleblower, but here's another thing. I want you to go every morning on our page, fetchyournews.com Facebook page. Lisa posts a dog of the day, okay? She started this years ago. Lisa Posts a Dog of the Day started this years ago. We get more response. I got a response. Somebody texted me yesterday and said, you know, I got to tell you, I just enjoy every day the dog of the day because we're fetchyournews.com. So go to, and just let me know when you're ready, okay? go to our Facebook page, fetchernews.com, and get best ever Halloween costume. All right, I'm not going to tell what it is. And get that and the full picture, and just tell me when you're ready. No time, no pressure. I just want you to. I want to show that dog of the day. If you join or like fetchernews.com, you can see every morning. Now, every time, the one thing about this show, the one thing about study and research, okay, I try to respect pronouncing somebody's name. And people don't like if you mispronounce their name, and I apologize in advance in names. But there's different words that I want to dig into the meaning. And I don't want to say my vocabulary, okay, because I don't stock this stuff up and go flying it around at the lunch table. But I like, let's see here. Let me listen to this one.
Inveterate. Inveterate.
Now, our word of the day is inveterate. Ready?
Inveterate.
Inveterate. Now, do you know what it means?
Inveterate.
It means to have a particular habit. You know? Like, I will say, all things considered. Having said that, okay, you know all the habits I have. Okay? Long story short, that one cringes folks when they hear me say that. But you know all the habits, okay? Having a particular habit, activity, or interest that is long established, and unlikely to change, right? So I'm not going to give you my age. All right, I'm 42. Believe that one. So anyhow, I'm not going to give you my age, but, Sam will tell you, Samantha here, Sam will tell you, Destiny's been here long enough to know, she's heard it. Lonnie could tell you, you folks have met Lonnie, they'll tell you. I tell these people all the time, look, at my age, I'm not changing. I ain't trying to change. Things are not changing up here, okay? It's unlikely to change, all right? So, the word inveterate is the word. So I'm going to get past that for all those that are saying, would you shut the hell up and get past that? Inveterate. So let's put back up number, let's put 14. And the guy on my right, number 14, the guy on my, nope, this way. That is Carmela, is that his name? And that is the whistleblower. We feel good about that. Now let's go to an article from the American Thinker. All right, this is the American Thinker. Who is the whistleblower? October 11th, 2019. Now we're at the end of the month, the 31st. And I told you every day the Democrats, Nancy and them, are sweating bullets and they're scared shiftless. Their shift, we'll use him. We didn't say the other word, we mean him. They're scared shiftless that Durham and the Attorney General are going to change this now to criminal, and their butt is in a sling, okay? So they know the whistleblower's identity is coming out. Now, the guy on the screen, let me give you a couple things because you can research all day long and enjoy it. Eric Caramello, okay? An intelligence officer, 33 years old, intelligence officer, specializing in Russia and Ukraine. He was the staffer on the National Security Council, where he was responsible for policy regarding Ukraine. So this guy's known all along Biden's corrupt. He knows the back end Biden's corrupt, okay? He knows. He knows Burisma's story. He knows Hunter is a coke snorting. Let's see, who can I get to throw all this cash in his name to get the heat off my back and whatever, start a little phony fund like the Clintons did and go over there and the American people give the money to Ukraine. Ukraine funnels it over into an account that I can take advantage of. Who is the dumbass that I could throw out front of this? Oh, Hunter, my son. Okay, the Bidens are all dumbasses. I am sorry. If you are a viewer today and your last name is Biden and you are not related, I apologize to you. But if you have a bloodline, if you are in the bloodline of Joe Biden, 9 out of 10 are total dumbasses, okay? Sorry. All right, so this guy here, he knows the whole story. He was a staffer on the National Security Council where he was his responsibility for policy Ukraine. He was H.R. McMaster's personal aide, and during the Obama administration, okay, hold my heart. During the Obama administration, he had worked with Susan Rice. Now, we all know Susan Rice, former NSA director, knew how to go on a morning show and lie to the American people about what happened in Benghazi, and our Ambassador Stevens and the other 3 Americans that were killed that day, right? She knew how to do it. Then also, I think we have the video somewhere where Susan Rice finally said she was told to go tell that lie. But he knows. He worked for her. He knows how this all works. Deep state, folks. And they're all afraid. Because after this, I think Trump gets a second term. We're going to put them all in jail. I hope we do. So, the whistleblower. Kamala has Caramellia has gained a reputation. Wait a minute, I didn't want to get there yet. Susan Rice. Caramella has gained a reputation for being, and what was that? Hold on.
Inveterate.
Inveterate. There he goes. Let's see. So let me get back to that. He has gained a reputation of being an inveterate leaker. Always has been. Always will. Ain't going to change. Which he claimed has resulted in death threats from right-wingers. This was reason he gave for leaving the NSC in 2017. Inveterate. One more time. Inveterate. An inveterate leaker. Meaning
Inveterate.
Having a particular habit, activity, or interest that is long established and unlikely to change. When it comes to Ukraine, H.R. McMaster was in the White House right there with Trump's here. This guy, CIA, okay, this CIA stayed in the White House, personal assistant directly to McMaster, okay, worked for Susan Rice in the Obama organization. Ukraine. He knows the oligarchs. He knows what the corruption is. Let me tell you what happened when he went to Schiff. And the reason why I have Schiff, my opinion is this guy ran to Adam Schiff and said, here's what I got. I got him. I got him in the act. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to take a brief break. We're going to come back and we're going to stay on impeachment and the corruption in Washington, D.C., where the deep state, corporate corrupt media is trying to put a narrative out that how could a guy in this uniform tell a lie? Just saying. Take a break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host BKP. These are all the ways you can follow the show. There you go. There's our phone number, our email address, and so forth. Now, the media is more focused in on not al-Baghdadi died, not this miserable piece of garbage is gone out of the world. They're more focused in if President Trump said he died whimpering like a dog. So let me just say, I bring you the whistleblower. Don't get too focused on if I could pronounce his damn name or not. Get focused in on, we know the whistleblower. We've got to expose it. And we're bringing it, you and I. Because I know what happens. I don't care if I got 5 people watching the show or 5,000. You guys get off and you do a great job. You get off the show and you start blasting it out and doing the research. And you start helping your neighbors know exactly what's going on. With the whistleblowers exposed, go to the American Thinker, go to Breitbart, go look it up, go to Mike, and I'm going to get off this because I just looked at the timeline, and we will probably, Adam Schiff wrote this, we know he did, okay? And we know who the whistleblower is, and we know what happened. I want to give a shout out one more time on the H.R. McMaster all the way back, and the guy's got, you could go look up Mike Chinovic, all right, number 9, okay, number 9. He told us in 2017, H.R. McMaster. Now, I will say that's number 9. I said 29, I think it's 9. There you go. He told us in 2017. Now, let me say this, okay. My friends, yeah, I have 1 or 2. I don't like to go 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay, but 1, 2, all right, maybe 3. But what happens is every time Trump brings somebody in and out of the White House, we'll get together. We got a group text. Oh, my God. One of them will fly it out, and I'll tell you who it is Friday. It flies it out because I want to ask this individual, hey, you know, every time Trump brings somebody in the West Wing, you fly out a text. Anyhow, we got a group text, and we always discuss good, bad, ugly, who's in there. And this deep state guy, H.R. McMaster, I have not taken to task, but one of my friends, I'll let him do it Friday, has really always taken H.R. McMaster, deep state, deep state, deep state. Mike Chernovic has tried to tell us for the longest time. Look back at June 11, 2017. Eric Caramella, don't friggin' care, damn it. H.R. McMaster appoints Susan Rice, ally, to be his personal aide. So shout out there. So we've exposed that. Now let me move on from this. Again, this all ties with 10, General Michael Flynn, really quickly, okay? It's all coming out. Whistleblower, I told you earlier in the show, if you just got here, Nancy Pelosi has not been strategically, give me number 10, please. Nancy Pelosi has not been strategically calculating in her move for impeachment. It's not. It is, you know, the fire alarm that says break glass in case of emergency? It's Michael Flynn. Give me number 8. The whistleblower, Brennan. Brennan's in deep doo-doo, folks. He has stepped in the dog doo-doo now, okay? Former CIA. Clapper, NSA, number 7. Okay, number 7. Brennan, if I go down, you're going down with me. Number 6. Plans to be subpoenaed by John Durham. I did it. James Clapper, NSA. Number 4, FBI attorney Lisa Page, FBI lead investigator tied into all of this, Peter Strzok. Number 3, here's the judge, and without pulling it up, I forget his name, that said, hold on there a minute. We got to look into this. And here's the 2 guys, number 5, that have them absolutely crapping in their pants. All right, so let's move on from that. I want to go through something. All right. Donald J. Trump, our president of the United States, announced a pullout of troops in Syria. The media went nuts. Lindsey Graham was out front, and I think he did it on purpose. I think he was playing his part out front, but we'll see. We found out the Kurds became the media's chosen people. They all went berserk for 2 weeks, showing the Kurds throwing potatoes and tomatoes at our men and women, and the trucks leaving and saying, you betrayed us, Donald Trump. Everything was calculated. Everything, the strategy was in place. And boom, al-Baghdadi is gone. Perfect strategy. Whatever happened the last 3 weeks, perfect, everything. And guess who did not know? Who didn't know? The media didn't know. Kept a secret. How was it kept a secret from the media? Trump didn't tell piece of Schiff. He didn't tell her. Okay? Nope, not at all. And the mission was a success. See, they knew they had to pull this off with absolutely no knowledge of Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, the intelligence, Nancy Pelosi, list goes on. They knew. So the point I'm making is, let's see, Intel, okay, one of the transcripts. So when the transcripts came out, they moved them, take that picture down. When the transcripts came out, they moved them, the transcript of they moved the call to Ukraine from a highly classified server. Now what we find out is the Democrats want the second one, because the whistleblower or people around the situation are saying there's another conversation in that highly classified server. Now, why would they be a highly classified server, okay? Why would a highly classified server did we need to move? Okay. I'm getting zapped with lights. Is the power flickering? Is that the storm? Is the internet still on? Are you still red? All right, because power's flickering because, I don't know if the storm's getting ready to kill our power or whatever. So that being said, all right, they moved calls to the server, right? Moved them to the server. Why? Because they knew if they stayed in an unsecure area, the corruption that they're getting ready to expose would be leaked to the media, right? They knew that. They knew these calls would be leaked out. See? See the success of the mission? See who they kept it from? They kept it from who? The mission of killing al-Baghdadi, they kept from who? Right? Democrats, corrupt media, deep state. And he's gone. Let's go through some pictures. Expert witnesses. I get tired of everybody's an expert witness. Now, I want to do 2 more segments. I got 30 minutes. I want to do 2 more segments. And one is, let me go through here. Give me number 62. New declassified video of raid that killed ISIS leader. Stunning first images. That raid that killed al-Baghdadi. Don't you wish they were in number 61, CNN? Don't you wish they would at least say they're more worried about if he was crying like a dog. Okay, number 60. Video and images show U.S. commandos approaching al-Baghdadi's compound. When they reported that this morning, Christine Roma and Dave Briggs said, but we have no proof that Baghdadi was whimpering like a dog. Now, here's the interesting thing, okay? I asked you the other day, I'm waiting on, and I'm going to fly through this, I'm waiting on one of these presidential candidates to do an interview. It'd be pro-American, right? Pro-American. Patriotic. And say the world is a safer place. Thank you, President Trump. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is cringing right now, and I know you're going to cringe when you hear it. The commander-in-chief has to say yes. So the commander-in-chief, Barack Hussein Obama, said yes to bin Laden. No matter how dangerous to me, he said yes. So congratulations, Mr. President, for saying yes. That's all you have to do here is congratulate the president for having the nerve to say yes, go. Okay? Now, but we can't get any Democrat candidates to come out and say, congratulations, Mr. President, or anything at all. I can't find their response. But guess what you can find them responding to? Number 59. No more political ads on Twitter. Mayor Pete Buttigieg, presidential candidate. Now, we have to respect him because he wore a uniform, remember? And there's no way he could lie. But Twitter said they're not going to serve any more political ads, right? Guess what? All the candidates are weighing in on that. Not al-Baghdadi being gone. No. They're weighing in on Twitter ads. They can find them for that. Here is number 58, the CEO of Twitter. No more political ads on Twitter. These challenges will affect all internet communication, not just political ads. Best to focus our efforts on root problems without additional burden and complexity taking money brings. The complexity of trying to fix both means fixing neither well or harms our credibility. Twitter, no more ads. Who will be assigned to every single tweet that President Donald Trump sends out that says, did you see me at the rally last night, and classifies it an ad and pulls it? Interesting. Oh, they are ready for that. Andrew Yang, number 57. I applaud Twitter's decision to ban political ads. How can they find these people about ads and Twitter and they can't find them to get a response about al-Baghdadi? Here is the chief criminal crook and bottle washer, number 56, Joe Biden, with his pearly whites there. No more political ads on Twitter. 2020 Democrat president candidates praise move. Why didn't you friggin' praise the move Sunday morning when the President of the United States? How come I still cannot find that? Can you send me where these Democrat candidates praise the president for pulling the trigger? Well, he didn't pull the trigger. Faced with a choice between ad dollars and integrity, our democracy, it is encouraging that for once revenue did not win out today. Holy crap. Okay, number 55, Nancy Pelosi. House floor vote on impeachment resolution today. Quit crying about the damn rules. You don't have the majority. The only thing you could do is go out and get the majority in the House, and you change the rules. The last piece of garbage we had as the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, did not hand out any subpoenas because he wouldn't change the rules. So let's get majority back, change the rules, and quit crying. These are the rules, folks. The people that hold the gold make the rules, and the Democrats got it, damn it. Excuse me. House floor vote on impeachment resolution. Number 54, CNN building that narrative and that visual. Will John Bolton testify? He's in talks right now. Here's number 53. House impeachment resolution establishes rules for public hearing, allows Intel chairman ranking member to question witnesses up to 90 minutes. GOP may request witnesses issue subpoenas, but need Dems to sign off on it. Basically, damn it, we're going to make it look like you have some influence, but we got to approve everything, and we won't approve anything that hurts our case. Number 52, gotta love it, the deep state is coughing up out of the swamp. Top White House Russian expert. These damn friggin' Russian experts. I'm an expert at hamburgers, damn it. I mean, every time I eat a hamburger, somebody should put expert in front of my damn name. Oh, Tim Morrison listened in on Trump's Ukraine call, is quitting. I quit. Holy crap. Number 51. Big day on impeachment. It's a big day. Big day. Number 50. Sources. Vendom testimony draws line to quid pro quo. He drew the line right there to it. He couldn't be lying. He's a little Ukrainian. He's 3.5-year-old Ukrainian, okay? The mother country. He's wearing the uniform. He's decorated. He's a colonel. I remember a colonel one time. What was his name? Oliver North. Okay, anyhow, moving on. Number 49, impeachment testimony renews claims of Ukraine call cover-up. Cover-up. Now, if you shoot somebody on MSNBC, if you shoot somebody in broad daylight, and you got the video, and you run the damn video, let's just say Freddie Gray, any damn body, okay? You got the damn video of somebody shooting somebody, and you will run the story all day with alleged shooter. What the hell? He's not alleged. That's the guy right there. We see him. You will soft shoe alleged, all right? Impeach testimony renews claims of Ukraine alleging the call was a cover-up? No, it's guilty, Jack. America, you should be scared out of your boots this morning. Read these bylines. It's guilty. And we're going to give you a shot to try to say you're innocent. Number 48, could not say it any better. Divided we fall. CNN's loving every minute of it. Let's see. I think I've already played a couple of these tunes. Number 36. Impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. John Bolton's lawyer says he will not testify voluntarily before the House. You got to subpoena me so I can make it look like I just don't like the guy. I'm not going after him. I got subpoenaed. I got drug in here on my heels. Number 35, the White House pushes back on Vindom testimony. Okay. Number 34, top White House Russian official resigns. He's a top one. Top one. Get me the top guy in that place. White House Russian official resigns, set to testify. Number 33, impeachment. Trump's top Russian advisor to depart as testimony looms. Looms. The words. The words. The pronouns, the nouns, the verbs, and the adjectives. We're working diligently. What the hell does that mean? 32, Trump's Russia director to leave national security. Oh, it's all over the place. The White House, number 31, Stephanie Grisham. Because Chairman Schiff has kept his sham hearing secret and has excluded the president's counsel from the room, we cannot confirm whether or not Lieutenant Colonel Vindom himself made any such false claim. We don't know. We weren't in the room. What we can confirm is that he never suggested filling in the words at the point where the ellipsis appeared in the transcript. They're all over saying, he tried, give me the paper. You got words missing. I need to fill in the blanks. White House said it didn't happen. Number 30, Vindom testimony draws line to quid pro quo. And let's see what else I have. There's two other things I need to do this morning. Number 25, the gatekeepers of hell, impeachment. Testimony renews claims of Ukraine call cover-up. Supposedly, this guy that's going to testify today went to the White House counsel, number 24. White House lawyer moved transcript from Trump call to classified server after Ukraine advisor raised alarms. Now they've moved these, and they're going to want to look at the server. Is it not ironic that it's coming down to a server? Like Yogi Berra said, is it deja vu all over again? A server? Do they want to see inside this server? They want to see what's there? Really? They think the President of the United States had a bunch of people corroborating, whatever, to put this secret server together to keep it away from the American people? No, I do believe there's things they didn't want the Democrats to know, and they didn't want the deep state to know. That's right. Just like al-Baghdadi's death was a success, they're trying. See, al-Baghdadi's death was whatever, a success. Totally. Mission. And with Durham and the Attorney General Barr, that mission is getting ready to be a success also. And this is what's happening, and that's why they put it on a shelf for nobody to see, trying to get the swamp blowed up. Scribbled notes on a yellow legal pad. Eisenberg, this is the White House counsel, proposed a step that other officials have said is at odds with long-standing White House protocol. Let me interpret. Long-standing White House protocol means deep state's been in charge all of this time. That's right. That's what protocol, long-standing, deep state. Moving a transcript of a call to a highly classified server and restricting access to it, according to two people familiar with Vindom's account. Again, long-standing White House protocol, translation, deep state, okay? 23. Vindom told Eisenberg, the White House's legal advisor on national security issues, that what the president did was wrong. This was wrong, said the people. We spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the ongoing investigation. 22, moments after President Trump ended his phone call with Ukraine's president on July 25th, and unsettled national security aid rushed to the office of the White House lawyer John Eisenberg. You believe any of this? I don't believe a word of it. I mean, I understand it's all set up. They did these things, but it is all a setup. Number 21, impeached testimony renews claims of Ukraine call cover-up. Alleged. Alleged! Number 20, the Washington Post advisors alarm lead to hiding call details. Number 19, House prepares to vote on resolution that lays out next step for impeachment probe. I don't want that one. I think I don't want that one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's take a short break. Well, let me just say before I close that, because I want this in here, okay? Nowhere this morning do you see this. Number 12. Charamella, whoever the hell, CIA. Nowhere do you see this in any, nowhere. Nowhere do you see the whistleblower that is linked to number 13, John Brennan, nowhere. Nowhere do you see in the CBS ABC number 14, the whistleblower that went straight to Adam Schiff after he got the details he wanted. And nowhere this morning do you see number 16, H.R. McMaster appoints Susan Rice allied to be his personal aide. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to go back. What about Dr. Bodden? Remember Dr. Bodden? He's a leading expert. They can roll leading expert on all these Russian people. But they are taking Dr. Bodden's expertise to task, the deep state, this morning. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's online morning show. It's 9:49, and we have Candace, the Truth Set Free, is back here at 10 o'clock, so I got to roll. Now, let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. And for a reason I want to talk about this morning is I often said I feel he was murdered, he was killed in prison, and everybody was out to lunch eating donuts, forgot to turn the camera on, it was broke, sleeping, whatever maybe. Now, I didn't go with he was slipped out and he's in Israel. I haven't gone with that. I did not go with he committed suicide. I've gone with he killed himself to look like he committed suicide. Now, one thing before we do this report, keep in mind, okay? The bylines on all of these shows say what? Russian-Ukraine expert. Experts on Russian, UK, leading expert, everything. They are building a narrative that everybody that walks in that room and shuts the door with Democrats, Adam Schiff is not special counsel, he's a partisan figure, but they are leading you to believe that every single person that goes in there and shuts the door and sits down is an expert witness. Expert on Ukraine, expert on the Constitution, expert on Russia, expert on taking Trump down. I'm serious, you know that, okay? Leading witness, expert witness, this, that, the other thing, all the above. Remember when Dr. Bodden was a leading expert? Remember that? Remember world-renowned Dr. Bodden? You remember the one that they've all had on and they've all had expert next to his name? Watch this 2-minute report really quick.
Brand new claims about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Famed forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Bodden saying evidence from his autopsy points more to homicide than suicide.
Come back. All right. Somehow you're dubbing audio and you got audio dubbed on that video. And I can hear myself. Can you try that again? Somehow I can hear myself on that video. Can you try that again and see if you can get me off of it? For some reason, my audio is dubbing right over the top of that. So let's try that again.
Brand new claims about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Famed forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Bodden saying evidence from his autopsy points more to homicide than suicide.
There are multiple 3 fractures in the...
You got to come back to me. I am that for some reason my audio is dubbed right over the top of that. Why do you think that is? I mean, I don't know why that is. But my audio is playing right over the top of that report. Well, I guess we're going to have to get rid of that because I don't know why. Do you know why? Or I hear you. Do you hear? Well, it's not my mic. It's like a recording of me over the top of it. Did you hear? Do you hear it too? Can you hear the video? Like when you play the video, do you hear just the video? No. When it's coming on and you're playing it and you're listening to it, do you hear anything other than the video? Not right now. When I'm off and you turn it on and it goes to the video, can you hear just the video? On our side. Okay, put my card up for just a minute. Just a second. I want to try to get this corrected. Stay with us. All right, let's go again. Let's go again. I'm sorry, folks. Let's go again with the video.
New claims about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Famed forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden saying evidence from his autopsy points more to homicide than suicide.
There are multiple 3 fractures in the hyoid bone, the thyroid cartilage, that are very unusual for suicide and more indicative of strangulation, homicidal strangulation.
Brian Yanis is live with more on what we're learning now. Brian.
Sandra, good morning. Renowned forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden was hired by Jeffrey Epstein's brother Mark to observe the autopsy. And now this morning, Dr. Baden is contradicting New York City's chief medical examiner, saying physical evidence suggests Epstein died by homicidal strangulation and not suicide. He gives 3 main reasons: blood and hemorrhaging in Epstein's eyes and face, the depth and location of the mark in the middle of Epstein's neck, and lastly, Epstein's 3 broken neck bones.
These bones are rare, usually are not found in suicide. Occasionally there's one bone, but to have 3 bones fractured, in 50 years of looking into prison deaths, I've never seen that.
Dr. Baden, a Fox News contributor, has helped in several high-profile cases, including the Kennedy assassination and the O.J. Simpson trial. He was also the chief medical examiner of New York City. He is now calling for more DNA testing.
The DNA would tell whose fingers were on the ligature at the time it was created and at the time it was put around his neck, whether it's only his fingerprints or whether others.
Epstein's camp is calling on the DOJ and the FBI to release their investigative findings. They point to too many suspicious coincidences, like 2 guards falling asleep, Epstein being alone in his jail cell, and reportedly missing surveillance video from inside that Manhattan jail.
Where's that story? Where's Dr. Baden's expert witness, expert in his field? Where's that story? No, the media will not touch that story. A couple quick ones I've always told you, folks, before we go. We got a minute here. I always told you what? They have to crash the economy. They have to. They're working overtime to try to crash the economy. Let me show you this. Just a minute, okay? Give me number 26. The 1.9 GDP yesterday, emerging signs of a slow economy. Number 27, they were bringing out charts and graphs. The gray is Obama, the blue is Trump, and it's trending down. And Obama's great, slowed down firmly in place. Number 28 at the deep state, another contraction in investment. Look at that, Obama versus Trump. Here is the guy that was in Obama's, see, I love this, number 29, Stephen Ratner, former Treasury official, no, Obama Treasury official on there doing the report. They're trying to do everything they can, folks, to collapse this economy and make you think it is gone, done, finished. Here you go. Let's go with CNN, number 44, U.S. economic growth slows. We're in deep doo-doo here, according to them. All right. One thing I want to show you before we close, the economy they're trying to collapse. And I had one right here that I definitely wanted you to see before we leave. Economy, trying to collapse the economy. And let's just put up number 16. Go do your homework. Just saying. Just saying. Tomorrow, we will be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Rick will be there. He already has a word of the day. Oh my God, I don't know about this guy. Word of the day. Rick's bringing it. Already sent me the message. Rick will be there. Jane will be there. I don't know if Bruce will be back. We will have Dr. Whaley, Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley. And then we will have North Georgia Senior Living with Jesse Barton. And we will then have the Pet of the Week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. But let me tell you something. Don't you dress up, damn it. I might go as Donald J. Trump. There you go. It's now time. Don't go right after this commercial break. It's time for the Freedom Zone with Candace. We're glad this is back. Take us to break. Candace, the Freedom Zone, right after these messages.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Coming in today, and it's Halloween. The weather's not great, but I suppose some people will still trick or treat, and some places will postpone it Friday where the weather's supposed to be better. But I don't know. I don't have to deal with that anymore, but I hope everybody enjoys themselves. We had a winner in California of the best light show and display that is best decorations and lights, and he posts Halloween and Christmas lights shows on YouTube. Do we have a picture of that, Destiny? He gets donations for these lights. I guess people drop them off at his house or mail them in or whatever, and they go to the McHenry House, which is a local family charity shelter for people who have family emergencies and have to leave their home. And we got that. Well, I don't really decorate for Halloween myself. I do the harvest instead, because that way I can leave it up for 2 months instead of just one. But this guy, he must do a lot of work because this is pretty intense. I can't see anything. Hello? There we are. That's our picture of the Halloween lights. It appears that they are, if you go to the video, the man's name is Tom Bet George in California. He has the music set with him, and it's really awesome. If you would watch the whole show, and I'm sure he would appreciate any donations that you send out. Like I said, I don't decorate for Halloween, but a lot of people do. I like to decorate for the harvest, so I can leave everything up for 2 months, and after November 1st, I'll add my pilgrims outside, so it'll be the Thanksgiving decorations. But moving on, we've got Jeffrey Epstein in the news. It seems his family has had a private autopsy done on him. Do we have that picture of Jeffrey? And it seems that his injuries around his neck were more conclusive with homicide rather than with suicide. And so I happened to watch the commentary on it last night, and it showed where his bones were broken around his neck in various places, which were more in keeping with a garrote or a hand strangling, not a hanging. And for that, I have to say, well, duh. And here he is with his buddy Bill Clinton, which makes you wonder what happened. Not, because we all know that he probably had a lot of dirt on a lot of people that were in big places, and they did not want his testimony to come forward. I'm sure that somewhere in the house that the FBI went through, they found a journal or whatever with data on many people that would not be so great for it to come out in public. I see Feathers decided to join TV. Here in the local news in Georgia, we have a convicted killer named Ray Cromartie, who was set to be executed last night, and he got a stay of execution at the Linnet. We have that picture. There he is. He was convicted in 1997 for shooting a convenience store clerk twice in the head while robbing the store. He had 2 accomplices, which they turned on him and gave evidence that he was the one that had shot the clerk. He wouldn't do a plea deal, according to his brother. He wouldn't do a plea deal. He wouldn't plead guilty because he said he didn't do it, and he didn't want to plead guilty to something he didn't do. So after many trials, because 1997 was 22 years ago, he was set to be killed by lethal injection, but now he's got granted a stay. He's been asking for DNA evidence that he didn't shoot the clerk. He said that one of his accomplices did. And they've refused the DNA evidence before, and actually the stay of execution was on a procedural matter, quote unquote, because they weren't sure that the person that sentenced him to death was the right court or whatever. So he has been given a stay. They did release the details of his last meal, which is pretty good, it sounds like. He wanted steak, lobster, mac and cheese, cube steak, rice and gravy, a steak and cheese sandwich, a double cheeseburger, fries, a side of ranch dressing, a strawberry milkshake, and a layered cake with white icing. So that was what his final meal was supposed to be. I don't know if they will reschedule him or if they'll just, I don't know how long it'll take for all that to go through, but I'm sure we'll hear about it pretty soon. Bill Murray, whom you may remember from Stripes and Groundhog Day and many other great movies. He was hilarious. He was on Saturday Night Live for a while. he had said on an interview that he wanted to work for P.F. Chang's in Atlanta Airport, which the people at P.F. Chang's got wind of it and said that they would love for him to come and work for them. Bill Murray's known for his hijinks here and there. He's taken over the bartender's job in places and only serving tequila shots. And he sent a half-eaten plate of food to a celebrity's wife and such like. So I guess it would be a lot of fun if he was at P.F. Chang's. The reason he said that he wanted to work there is he said it looked like a lot of fun. Now, I've been in restaurant business for a long time, and yes, sometimes it's fun, but mostly it's a lot of work. But I guess they wouldn't make him do that. So we'll be looking forward to that if we happen to fly out of Atlanta anytime soon. Of course, I'm sure if he's there, it would be pretty crowded, more than usual. Everything in Atlanta's crowded, traffic's bad. So that's just kind of an interesting tidbit. As everyone knows, President Trump and our Special Forces military, of whom we are so very proud, took the #1 guy out from ISIS in Syria this week, is Al Benghazi. And there was a dog that chased him down the tunnel and cornered him, at which time he detonated his suicide vest. He killed himself and 3 children and caused the tunnel that he was in to collapse. The dog was slightly injured. It is a girl dog, and she's a Belgian Malinois, Belgian Malinois. And she was injured slightly when the terrorist detonated the vest, but they said that, according to the Pentagon, that she was recovering well and would be fine. Now, when somebody says, "Who's a good girl?" we don't have to wonder. We don't know her name, but we have her picture. And President Trump put out this photoshopped tweet of him giving her a paw pat on it. He said she was a real hero, which she was. She was quite a good doggy. So if anybody says who's a good girl, we know who that is. I loved Trump's strategy on this one. He's like, "Okay, guys, we're out of here. Bye." And then, this Al Benghazi comes out, creeping to the light, and then they pop him. So everybody that criticized him on saying that we were leaving didn't have any idea what his strategy was, and should have been quiet until he got finished with what he was doing. But of course, they can't do anything but criticize him. It's funny how when Bin Laden was killed, Obama did it with finesse, and it was wonderful and it was beautiful. And then he and Biden leaked information on the SEAL team, which got them killed later. But all that the media's done is criticize Trump, and it's just a shame that the man works so hard, does so many things right, and yet is still treated like dirt. That's just wrong, and it's just a shame. So what I want to say is congratulations, President Trump. All the people in the media that won't give you praise, I certainly will. I certainly think you're good, and you do a great job, and you have great strategy. And as I said, our special forces, they're one of the best in the world, and it's quite rigorous, the training they go through. So we appreciate their efforts and sacrifices from being away from their family. And what we're going to do now is we'll take a little break, and we'll come back in just a few minutes.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Better days ahead.
October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Welcome back to the second half of Freedom Zone with your host, Candace. As I said, coming to you live from my home in Western North Carolina. What we're going to talk about in this segment is what's going on today in the afternoon or morning. I don't know what time they're going to schedule it, but supposedly Nancy Pelosi has scheduled an impeachment vote. Last week, our hero of the week, and he still is our hero, is Matt Gaetz from Florida, from the Congress. He led a charge into the SCIF, which is, the little hidey hole room where they do practice and fake testimony and fake news so they can leak it out the way they want to. It's kind of like cherry picking out of the Bible. If you pick out just a few verses out of context, you can get whatever you want, prove whatever you want. And what they're doing today is they're going to vote in the House to see who wants to continue with this bogus impeachment scenario that they've come up with. What's going to be interesting about that is that the Democrats that are up for re-election in the red states are going to have to say yes or no. We'll probably have a lot of people vote present. You have to have the whole entire House in agreement in order to get, or at least a certain percentage, a great majority, in order to get the impeachment going. It's crazy. There's absolutely nothing. If you can read, and if you have any reading comprehension, which they test you for on the SAT, by the way, and hopefully most of these people in the world have got some, you read the transcript of this call that they're making a big deal about, there was never any quid pro quo. The president was asking him to look into the investigation against him and when it started. And as I said before on another show, we had a treaty with the Ukraine, and that's supposed to help us with criminal investigations. And this was back in 1998. So it was sort of exactly what you're supposed to do moment, because we've had Russian interference in our election. We all know that. And it wasn't to do with anything with Trump. It's just that the Russians wanted Hillary, I guess, because they felt like she'd be more of a pushover, or she'd already planned to give them whatever they wanted, like she did in Uranium One. So they were hoping for Clinton. But of course, thank the Lord, she didn't get in there, and our president's President Trump. But it gets pretty old. I mean, every time he scratches his nose, there's some reason why he should be impeached. Maxine Waters wanted to impeach him before he was even inaugurated, which is crazy. The Democrats have gone completely out in left field, and they've lost their mind. So remember this year, next year actually, 2020, when we vote, remember to vote Republican, because if you don't, it's you're voting for socialism, communism, complete, I don't know, craziness, insaneness, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they've really gone off the reservation. I don't think they'll ever be back. I think that they're the party of wackadoodle. So speaking of wackadoodle, let's talk about Mitt Romney, who's always been a great rhino. And then last week it came out that he had a Twitter account where he praised himself and criticized the president. Mitt Romney, aka Pierre Delecto. That is probably the sickest name I've ever heard besides Carlos Dangerous, which was Anthony Weiner, pedo fame. Does Romney think he's delectable? Because from the late Middle English, from Old Latin delectabilitas, that means lovely, charming, nectarous, which I don't find him any of those things. I would go with acrid, duplicitous, and callous. He was glad to accept President Trump's help when there was the election he wanted to win for the Senate, and the day after the win, he went right to stabbing him in the back publicly as much as he could. He is the Brutus from Julius Caesar from the Shakespeare play. And so what I have to ask is, et tu, Romney? You'd think that somebody who accepted help to get elected would be just a tiny bit grateful, but no, he's still holier than thou. And isn't it wonderful how you pray for things and God doesn't answer your prayers the way you want to? So when Mitt Romney was running for president in 2012, we really wanted him to win. He let everybody down because he didn't have any teeth. He was like an old tiger who had lost all his teeth and had to gum all his food. So he let us all down and let Obama take the presidency again. And now he's just going around saying hateful things, acting like he's the big dog. And President Trump isn't. So that's pretty sucky. I don't like him. I haven't liked him ever since he screwed up that election. Never going to like him. And he can call himself Pierre Delecto if he wants to, but he is not nectarous. He is acrid. So, excuse me. What I want to talk about next is the fact that many of you may know I write political columns for Fetcher News, the Clash Daily.com, PolitichixTV.com, and of late, TheDailySurge.com. And I was quite appalled to see a parody of a children's book, which is a sweet children's book, If You Give a Pig a Pancake, by Laura Numeroff and Felicia Bond. These are really popular books. They started out If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, and they've written several books, and they're really sweet. But parody is not sweet. It's very expensive, and it's called If You Give a Pig the White House. Now, they've got a picture of a pig with a great big hairdo, and He runs around the White House, eats a lot of junk food, and gets in trouble and is cavalier with our national security. This is so ugly. This is so offensive. If somebody had written anything in even close to the same vein about the previous administration, oh my gosh, it would have been riots in the streets, calling for death. But the parody, if you give a pig a White House, is an attempt at creativity. It's not really anything creative because someone, let's see, her name is, okay, I don't have it right here. Her name, I lost it. Okay, anyway, it's not the original writers. They did not write this book. So it's really kind of a takeoff on their book. So you didn't really have to be very creative to do this because, you copied someone else's work. And I wrote an article about this last week, and it was posted on Fetch Your News. Fake Hen House is the name of the author. And under Trump derangement, I wrote an article that talks about this. And like I say, writing is hard. You have to come up with an original idea. You have to think about how you want it to come out and what you want for the beginning, the middle, and the end. But if you just take someone else's work, and then it's not that hard. Here's the thing: if this lady is calling Trump a pig, she's calling us pigs too, because we're supporters. Now, it's not really unusual for us to be called names. If you remember, Hillary called us deplorable. Biden called us the dregs of society, and the CNN, one of the CNN talking heads said that we were people with 10 teeth. I'm gonna smile for you. I got all my teeth, praise the Lord, and I'm very offended by this because I feel like if you're saying this about my president, you're saying this about me. But on the up end, it would be great to be a pig like our president, because pigs have played a fabulous and storied part of the welfare of humans dating back almost 10,000 years. Really, you say? How would that be? Well, fossil records show that pigs were a thriving species as early as 40 million years ago and were first domesticated around 7,000 to 9,000 years ago by those what is modern-day China and parts of Western Europe. Well, what do you know? Even the Romans had breed-specific pigs around 3,500 years ago. Western and Southern Europe continued to cultivate and breed specific pigs up until the 1500s. So pigs have been what's for dinner for quite a while. Pigs are not native to the North American continent where we live. They were brought over on ships by Christopher Columbus and Hernando de Soto, and their descendants became a major food source for farm families in the 1600s and 1700s, with surplus sold as feral pork. So pigs are also responsible for Wall Street, because when domesticated and feral pigs destroyed crops on the island, they built a wall, and the avenue along the wall became known as Wall Street. If you want to know more about how pigs have shaped America, and are doing it right now, we're pigs like our president is in this quote-unquote parody, you can pick up my article at Fetch Your News. It's under Trump derangement, and you can read more about pigs and their history and how they helped tame the West and cultivate our country into what it is today, because it's like armies, everything travels on its belly, and we all have to eat. But I'm very offended by this book. I hope you are too. Like I said, if something like that was written about our previous administration, who was quite a character, it would have been riots in the street. And I'm just offended that anyone would do that, even if you don't like the president, because I haven't been happy with anybody really since Ronald Reagan until Trump came. You have to respect the office, because the office is very important, and it does hold an auspicious nature because of the wonderful republic that we enjoy here. Anyway, check that out on fetchyournews.com so you can read that. And we'll have to go now because that's the end of our time for today. And I'm Candace with the Freedom Zone, and I hope you'll join me next week when we will come back to you live from Western North Carolina. This is Candace, and I'll see you next time.